So what makes this Seagal movie the worst movie he's ever made? Is it his Olympic record attempt at sitting down? Or this telemarketing call he makes?
I will kill your dog.
I'll be bringing you all of the funniest parts from our direct to the toilet 2019 release General Commander.
But I hear it's terrible.
We start with a pretty epic opening. The incredible double exposure effect is iconic and original. That is, if it was released in 2014, the year that True Detective first did this exact intro. Seagal's clearly hiring a Fiverr freelancer to poorly rip this off, so then we're transported to some random room where this blonde CIA wig lady asks Seagal why he killed someone. Then he just gives a Joe Biden style monologue.
Country is the real reason why what they've done.
And I have absolutely no idea why it's edited like he's having a psychotic meltdown. So we're then disorientated and confused, and the movie takes us 2 weeks earlier. Now we're on the streets of Cambodia. This hooker lady is being tracked by a guy who has a webcam from the 90s. He's with Seagal, so that makes sense. So whoa, hold up. Seagal is leading this ultra elite CIA hit squad, and the dude is shacked up in some van watching it all play out in front of him, while his mates are running around holding webcams. 6 minutes in and we have our trademark Seagal sequence, which I am pretty sure he's contractually put into every single movie he has. The romantic in me thinks that he takes the camera and films all of the strip club scenes himself. Okay, so our elite squad has an inside man. He even seems to be kitted out with some high-tech, super futuristic contact lens that's basically a camera, and he can pretty much see everything except things that go on in the room that he's not in, because when he goes to the toilet, his drink is actually spiked by the hooker lady and he ends up unconscious. A group of henchmen then make their way to the room. Now the race is on for this elite team, who, let's just clarify, on purpose sent their own man in and now have to go and rescue him, who is like even coming up with these shitty plans. So it looks like the bad guys are mafia kind of people, and it looks like they're going to harvest his heart. While that would seem like an important organ, our team barely break a sweat trying to get to him. Thankfully, our bad guys are following all of the medical protocols, having a sterile field so that post-op the person doesn't give them a 1-star review. It's time for our main boy to shine. He excuses himself as if he has more important things going on.
They're about to go to work.
Alright, game's on.
Got it!
And the bad guys are cornered. Luckily, one of them has a nice hiding spot. Damn it, who would have thought they would come straight through the main door? This guy has a clear shot at Seagal, and even his laser scope from his pistol is on his chest. We'll come back to that later, but he still manages to miss him. Wait, since when the hell do pistols even have a laser pointer? Anyway, Seagal survives thanks to his trademark head bob and weave, and then he tries his hand at hostage negotiation. You may remember our last movie review where he tried exactly the same thing, but this time it's super effective.
Put it down!
Go on, someone.
Calm down.
Drop the gun!
Put it down! I just want to talk. I'll make you a deal.
Not only did he lose the undercover agent, but he also killed the mafia middleman. Then ensues shots of everyone being devastated while Seagal just stares emotionless, like basically his Uber Eats driver just took the wrong turn on the tracking app. And we're back in the room with the blonde wig lady. She's not happy. Apparently the CIA gets really pissed when one of their agents dies pointlessly. This is a foreshadowing for later events in the movie. So we scoot over to Malta now for some nice filler drone shots that help the runtime of this movie. This bold baddie tells this guy the bad news, and he's an Italian mafia boss and not very happy because his favorite hooker lady got caught and his team's been completely dismantled. So he sends Bold and Bankrupt not to find out what happened, but somehow to get into the police station, give her a breath mint, and unfortunately she dies due to an anaphylactic allergic shock, and he walks away like nothing happened. All perfectly normal behavior in this movie. Meanwhile, in the CIA headquarters, they're having a corporate restructuring, and it looks like Johnny sitting on your ass all day is getting fired. This is one restructuring I am happy to witness. And we have this weird montage play out where every character just starts to walk out of the room and they disappear. It's like the editor just watched the end of Boys in the Hood and thought, yeah, I'm gonna use that. The editing choices in this movie literally makes no sense. Meanwhile, Seagal is the last man standing, I mean sitting, and in fact, if you're watching closely, he hasn't even moved an inch. I think at this point, they just have a realistic life-size Seagal mannequin, which they just leave around different shots, making you think Seagal's there. On to the next scene, and we watch each character have painful flashbacks of their dead best friend. Like, literally, this dude had a 20-second cameo at the start, and now we have to endure 20 minutes of each character painfully going over their memories. Then this British guy tries to calm down Crazy Eyes McGee here. Yep, that's the best way to calm a person down, punching them straight in the head. Classic Seagal movie logic here. Meanwhile, for some reason, we then go to Hong Kong where Seagal is sitting on a yacht with this lady and he has an offer.
Okay, I'm all ears. How much are we talking about?
I need about $5 million to start up the company.
Fact check here, she's actually made of face, limbs, body parts, torso, and many other organs. So Seagal wants to start up a company to get revenge for the dude that he gave no shits about earlier, and he wants $5 million. That's classic Seagal money laundering. It's almost like art is imitating life. He basically launders his money through his movies, and we're watching him propose the same thing in his movie. We've just been Seagal-septed. So anyway, she's up for that, and she wants to be a business partner for some reason. Yeah, that makes sense. Back to Wacky Wig Lady and Crazy Eyes McGee.
If we're gonna be much longer, I'm gonna need a burger or something, because I'm starving.
Okay, yep, that scene actually makes a lot of sense and there's great character development there. Onto another location change, and now an assassin gets ready to strike. So Jean-Claude Mini Van Damme here has the drop on Seagal, so instead of like waiting in a dimly lit area in the parking lot just there, he picks up a bag of groceries so both his hands are full, then proceeds to have his back towards Seagal, and also drops all the fruit from the bag. Classic top-tier assassin behavior here. Also love how Seagal just saw a random dude with 2 bags in his hand and thought, no. Men don't do shopping, this is sus. In a scene that's very similar to his Russian martial arts demonstration, we see him fling and disarm a strongly built assassin, whose only job, it seems, in this fight scene is to fully cooperate in his own ass-whooping. 60 jump cuts later, Seagal does the most hero thing you'll ever see. That's shooting a guy he's just disarmed at point-blank range. He then calls the mysterious man behind all of this, telepathically knowing who sent this guy.
That means I will kill you. I will kill your fucking dog.
The dude just casually turned the light off like, oh, just another one of those Seagal telemarketing calls. Watching a scene with such crazy threats extinguished by the dude just putting the phone down and going back to sleep is just poetic. Like I can just imagine his wife, honey, who was that calling? Oh, I was just Seagal drunk again. He always calls and threatens me when he's drunk. Oh, just so fed up with his shit. Then we have a scene from a Ricky Martin's 90s song where our depressed squad are fully glammed up and are ready to spend the $5 million they've been given for some old school American revenge. Just as we think we're about to head into some action scenes, no. First, we're going to have them sitting around a table, and then we're going to have the viewers spoon-fed, because then this movie decides to teach us, the old dinosaurs that we are, what the internet is, what the dark web is.
Commonly referred to as the World Wide Web. Then there's the dark web. Think of it like the Mariana Trench of the internet.
I also love that look on Seagal's face where he's there but the lights are just not on at all. He has absolutely no idea what is going on. Since we're here to name drop, let's drop some other ones in there.
Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ripple, and Litecoin.
Cool, now that this film is all hip and relevant, we can move on. Meanwhile, in some airport in some random place.
Shitty whiskey, but it's better than nothing.
You know this is a shitty Seagal movie, but it's better than nothing. And it looks like they're organizing another purchasing of an organ, and you'd think they'd learn from their first mistake.
My old man, she's young enough to be a granddaughter. How many of those pills you taking a day?
This is a comment that's relevant for every Seagal movie, I have to be honest. And we know shit's about to go down when Seagal gets up, but even that is so heavily edited that it looks like they had to get through crew members to hoist him up, then continue the scene with him standing up. Anyway, this elite ex-CIA squad is outplayed again, ending up in some random warehouse with the main villain of the movie.
You can't keep getting away with it!
And he's about to give them a live heart, but the only catch is he's going to cut it out right there in front of them. Whoa, hold up. Let me backtrack here. So you set up a meeting to buy a live organ, and you're surprised when said party comes with a live organ? The next couple of scenes are some of the craziest edits I've ever seen. It makes this scene from Taken 3 seem like a work of art. I'm not even sure what just happened there, but I've got a severe case of vertigo now. We then have a scene of this elite special needs lady hiding in plain sight, like, what are you doing? And he's here and she's... This is literally my 2-year-old when we play hide and seek. Then Mr. Seagal wheezes his way into another hostage situation. We can then see clearly Orsetti, whatever his name is, with the hostage. Then the British dude manages to shoot at a crate. Then there's another angle of the bad guy and he's got no hostage. Where's she gone? What's going on here? Then they walk back in with the hostage. I am so confused right now. So cross-eyed British guy, after shooting a whole clip into a random crate, has clear sight to shoot the bad guy while growling like a British bulldog.
Let me f***ing take him, Jake! I got clear sight, Jake!
The bad guys escape in a car, but luckily Seagal's team are able to catch up on foot with them, and they shoot the driver. The car still continues to accelerate for some reason in the world's quickest case of rigor mortis. Crazy Eyes McGee then shoots the car's wheel and the car flips, but what's this? Intel lady tells them there's a helicopter en route. And then there's some lame CGI with Crazy Eyes ducking a whole barrage of bullets like it's a Marvel movie. And Seagal just stands there while he gets pelted with loads of bullets. But it's all good because Crazy Bulldog's got it covered.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
He's channeling his inner Bruce Willis here. Then as the bad guy is limping away, Crazy Eyes has clear shot of him, but then decides it's better to shoot at the car and make it explode. And even though he was running away and probably could have been clear of everybody, Orsetti decides to come back and fight hand to hand when literally a dude was shooting at him with a fully automatic rifle. And so we have a trademark Seagal fighting a bad guy hand to hand scene at the end. And this time it's with these weird dagger things. And Seagal's body double in a fat suit manages to make this all seamless thanks to about 1 million cutscenes between every tiny movement. Then when the dude is dead, they oddly start to have this staring contest. Now we cut away back to Seagal in his happy place, in the middle of some fields in a random location with a ladyboy. Unfortunately for him, he probably made the wrong telemarketing call, because the dude he woke up from his sleep is going to drone the crap out of him. And yep, that's pretty much how the movie ends. So why was this movie one of the worst Seagal movies ever made? I have seen some bafflingly bad movies in my time, but rarely do I see something so bloated, so effortless, so wheezy than Commander General, whatever the generic name it had. It's just so pathetically bad, from the plot, which is essentially one of his teammates dying and him getting fired, then going after the dude that was kind of linked with the death. The whole organ harvesting mafia plot thing kind of felt pasted on, hardly even featured, and the only thing about it was at the beginning, at the end. The character development for pretty much every character in this movie was starting off as an elite special forces agent who is inept at their job, then their colleague dies and they become depressed. They then get dressed up for a 90s pop song video, then continue to be inept and idiotic, and eventually watch Seagal kill the bad guy. This literally could have been a 5-minute movie and you would have saved an hour and 40-something minutes of your life. And don't even get me started on the editing. It just feels like they gave the reins to a 12-year-old ADHD kid and just said, yeah, do some fan edits here, just go for it. Why are there flashback scenes in the middle of a normal conversation? Why does he seem to be hallucinating half the time? The dialogue is just atrocious. There are multiple rambling monologues that have literally nothing to do with the plot, which almost feels like they turned the camera on and told Seagal, yo Seagal, do Seagal things. Worst of all though, I think this is one of Seagal's longest clocked sitting down movies. Barely does he stand up, let alone break a sweat. He actually shows horrible hostage negotiation skills where he actually got one of his colleagues shot and killed and the other one kidnapped. And to see where he developed all of these badass skills, we turn to another classic movie of his, that not only does he make sweet love sitting down, but he actually does it with clothes on. So click here to watch the most ridiculous Seagal movie you will ever see.